to ride. Classrooms in Paris, libraries in Milan. Where do you want to stand when the day dawns? Is it Dublin's green or Barcelona's sun? Pick your place, the journey's begun. The study abroad portal, yeah. Dreaming, live it anywhere. The study abroad portal, yeah. Life's changing, skies are fair.
All right, welcome everybody to this webinar that you join in to hear more about these studies from DTU, the Technical University in Denmark, and you will hear about the Engineering Masters and with a special episode of Unplugged, the what, the whys, and the hows. So what that is all about, you're going to hear in the next 45 minutes or so. My name is Luc Mulling. I'm the moderator of today, and I just am here to welcome you to the session, but also as already some people did in the chat, you can tell us where you're logging in from, and that is great to see. So we have an idea of the audience and the different countries. Also, if you have any questions, please do write them through the panel called questions right next to it, and we will be answering them at the end. Also, I'll be opening up some polling questions. Actually, I'm going to open up one right now. So thank you also for your feedback. To get to know you a little bit better and to see what is important to you. And last but not least, we have a button called React at the bottom. If you click on that, you can give us a bit more interactivity and feedback as well. So since the presenters cannot see you, they can still have an idea, and interact with you, although you're remote. So let's go over to the studio in Copenhagen, and we're going over to Ollie. Thanks, Ollie, and welcome to the session.
Well, thank you, Luke, and I hope that you can hear me well. As you said, my name is Ollie Westby, and I am working with the International MSc Admissions here at DTU. I have with me my colleague and student assistant.
Hello, everyone.
Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Vasco, and I'm also a student at DTU.
So yes, so we're trying out this new format when it comes to a webinar. So I hope you like the format, and give us feedback at the end. So yeah, but the most important thing, we're going to learn more about DTU. So let me see if that works. Yes, so we're calling this DTU Masters Unplugged. So the what, the why, and the how. So before we will have a few guests coming in during this hour, but I want to go through a few of the things that is good to know. So the first thing to mention is that we have about 32 MSc programs here at DTU. So you can really find something that you love studying here with us. And yeah, it could be anything from wind energy to AI to sustainable energy that I know is very important for a lot of people. But yeah, for sure, you will be able to find something that you like. When it comes to what we offer here at DTU, we have the study programs for international students. So we have one BSc in general engineering, which is a 3-year bachelor and 180 ECTS points. We also have 32 different MSc programs. Those are 2 years and 120 ECTS. We also have more than, 23 joint international programs. So it means that you can also study abroad, even though you're already abroad. So you can have even a third country. And then, of course, one of the most important things is that all of our MSc programs are in English. So you don't need to learn how to speak Danish. However, I would say that it's important, or is a good thing, to learn how to speak Danish while you're here, because you get to experience the culture in a somewhat different way. When it comes to the costs, I know costs are important for a lot of students. Right now, it costs 30,000 euros for 2 years. So that is 15,000 euros per year. When we talk about cost of living, of course, Denmark is not the cheapest country in the world, and you could also see that in the living costs here. But we would say that it's approximately 1,200 euros per month. I know that you have questions about scholarships. Here at DTU, we do not have a scholarship for the moment. What we do have is tuition fee waivers. However, tuition fee waivers are quite limited, and they are very merit-based. So if you have very strong results from your bachelor studies, then of course you can apply for the tuition fee waiver. And then of course, those are only for the autumn intake. And another good thing to know as well is that you're actually allowed to work as a student here in Denmark. And we also think that it's important, and we also encourage people to study to work while they are studying. So that's just a brief intro to DTU and what we have to offer. And what we're going to do now is that we're going to go into the what. And for that, we want to introduce our first guest of the evening, Brandon. Hi, Brandon. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So could you introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, I am Brandon Aguilar. I'm from Mexico, and I am studying the wind energy program right now. I have been living here for 1 year, and this is my third semester, and I'm quite happy to be here.
Perfect, nice. So, of course, the first question that a lot of people will think about is what's it really like to study at DTU? Anything that surprised you when you first started here?
Well, what surprised me the most was how it's project oriented here, at least on my degree. What I experienced back in home was like full studying, but here I can see how I can study and also do projects that are more related to the industry or what I want to do. This is what surprised me the most. Also, how international are my classes. At least the wind energy program is very international. All of my friends are from different countries. It helps you to have a different point of view somehow. And that's something that I really like.
Yeah, nice. And what does a typical day look like?
Usually a full day of classes. We usually have 2 sections of classes, one that starts from 8 to 12. Then we have break, and then we have classes from 1 to 5. It depends of your study planner. But a typical day could be starting for one classes at 8. Some professors like to start at 9, which helps a lot. We have classes around 2 hours, and then we work on some projects. Then we have lunch where we try to talk less possible about the classes to have a relaxing. And then if we had another classes, we stay, we work a little bit. And after 5, we usually try to do some other activities like playing basketball or join like salsa classes, or for example, like DTU helps a lot, like with the study balance life.
Yeah, nice. So what's one thing that you wish that you knew before starting at DTU?
Probably would be useful to be more, let's say, easygoing about like how are the process to get the visa and all this stuff. Usually, the Denmark embassy and all these offices are very good at time. And I remember I was a little bit stressed to get all the documents to come here, but everything was on time, so it was easier. And yeah, I would love to know this before.
Yeah. And what's your favorite thing about studying and living in Denmark so far?
About studying, well, first of all, I'm wind energy student. So here, Denmark is the main place to study wind energy. Since you land here in Denmark, you can see a wind farm on the ocean, which is very nice. That's when I say that I'm in the right place. The professors are very, they help us a lot to to grow as a students, but also as professionals and as persons. About living in Denmark, I would say the people here and the Danish people are so kind, they're so nice. I remember that I land here in Denmark without data or internet on my phone, and I come here to DTU just asking questions, and the people from Denmark just helped me to arrive here in the right place.
Nice. I have a bonus question actually. How are you dealing with the weather?
It's nice. It's like I know some people think that Mexico is too hot, but where I came from, it's like this coldy, and so it's like home, you can say.
And saying like that, today it's raining,
But-
just so you know.
What is a little bit hard is like when it starts to getting dark more earlier, like in the winter when it's 3 p.m.
Mm.
But with the vitamin D, it helps.
Yeah, exactly. Vitamin D is really, really important.
Yeah.
And also now that we changed to winter time
Yeah.
just a few days ago, right? And it does get dark much earlier.
Yeah.
So, and another question: what has been your most memorable moment at DTU so far?
Oh, okay. Well, I have heard a lot. One can be when we celebrate the Dia de Muertos here, which is a Mexican traditional celebration, and DTU arrange a celebration here. And it can be past week I have a dinner with my friends from my career, and it's memorable because everyone was from different countries. Everyone was we had the different like perspectives in life. Was a nice dinner for us.
No, but it's good that you mentioned about your holiday, also because we have our culture hub that do all these kinds of different activities. Also, like Diwali, we had not a long time ago as well. So there's a lot of things happening, and there are students that are in charge of it. Yeah.
Actually, I remember one thing.
Yeah.
I'm an energy student, as I said before. So on one class, they take us to climb a wind turbine. It was awesome for us. I was in the height, yeah. I love it.
Very hands-on.
Yeah.
So- Perfect. So that's the questions that we had for you. Thank you so much, Brandon. And yeah, we have another guest with us. And yeah, let's say welcome to Dervesh.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm good. Just came back from work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about tell us our audience a little bit about yourself.
Hi. I'm Durvesh. I'm studying for technology in yeah, it's a science branch in DTU, and yeah, I'm in third semester, and I'm from India.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once again, welcome to this webinar. I have like Ollie said, a set of questions to ask you about your experience so far. And right now we are in the why. So why DTU and why Denmark compared to what is it studying in Denmark compared to other countries? So first question is this one here.
Okay, why Denmark? So I can go on and on. Not gonna lie, but to sum it up, it's super nice. It's like studying in Denmark is so nice. You have libraries everywhere. You have parks everywhere. You can go around in Europe anytime because it's so close. And yeah, basically for me, the most important thing is cycling culture here because I love biking. It's my hobby, you can say that. And I just love to go around anywhere. And it's like really good infrastructure for cycling.
More than Denmark, only the Netherlands when it comes to
Arguable.
Fair enough. And a question that I bet many people at home are asking themselves: why did you choose Denmark? Denmark and DTU for your masters?
So I might be a little biased here, but for me, it was a choice just between Belgium and Denmark because my master's is food technology, specializing in beer brewing. So it was between Belgium and Denmark, but I chose Denmark because Scandinavia, and I'm not trying to let down Belgium, but Belgium is pretty good as well. But it's just came to my mind, and I just took the jump, I guess.
Okay.
That's how it went.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And so this also touched a little bit on the next question. Why, how did you decide on which program to study, to apply?
That's a good question because DTU has so many programs. Like I don't even remember the names yet, but for me it was pretty clear. It was my bachelor's food technology, and then the master's. Obviously, the best choice is food technology. But I was also kind of juggling between bioinformatics because I also love that kind of stuff. But for technology, and also I had few peers here studying. I connected them on LinkedIn, which is also good advice for new students that you can connect with the peers of for technology or whatever branch you're going for on LinkedIn, and you can ask more questions, which is much better to get some advice.
Some preview of what you
Yeah.
should expect.
Exactly.
This is a tough question. Maybe has DTU live up to your expectations, or maybe even surprised you in some way?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It is beyond my expectations. To be honest, it's like there's so many things you can do in DTU, which it's my third semester right now, more than a year, and I haven't discovered yet. There's so many clubs, there's so many activities, there's so many events happening, there's so many also parties happening. And of course, studies and professors. You can do anything in DTU, and yes, it is beyond expectation. It is just what an international student could look for.
Okay.
Maybe beyond.
Okay, thank you. And if you had to describe DTU in 3 words, what would they be?
That is really difficult. Okay, I would say inclusivity. I don't know if you agree with me, but competitive, maybe. It is kind of competitive, yeah.
Okay, in a positive way.
In a positive way, yeah, in a positive way. Then,
Want to go?
fun to go because it's just like so many words around me, and I have to choose one. Yeah, I would say it's like it really takes you out of the shell. I don't know how do you call it in English, like the word, but for me, I was a really conservative, really shallow person. Now I'm so open-minded. I'm able to make friends and able to go into communities, and yeah,
Okay, so it really widens your
exactly
perspectives.
your perspectives. Yeah,
Push you
Sure.
out of your comfort zone, right?
exactly. Oh yeah, maybe that's the word. Yeah.
So the common question for everyone that we've been asking, what has been your most memorable moments at DTU?
So many, but to choose one, I can say so we have this DTU Skylab. It's like innovation hub where there's so much happening, research is happening. They have startups there. You can apply for the funds and everything. So I was once encouraged by a professor to pitch my startup idea. Nevertheless, it's a good learning to do that, and I did that, and it was super nice. I got some validation. I got some reviews. I got some feedbacks, and most importantly, there was someone in that presentation when I pitched my startup there, and it was also another startup who was there to pitch. And after that meeting, I got a good connection, and they also offered me internship. And it was my third month in Denmark, so it's memorable and also game-changing moment for me. So, but there's so many, like I have to think so much to choose one.
To select one because there's
Yeah.
so many.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what we're striving for
Yeah.
among students.
Of course.
Could we ask a bonus question?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Because Ollie mentioned that it's always nice to learn Danish. If you had to say like a Danish word or expression that you learned and you think it's really valuable to use on a daily basis or from time to time, what would it be?
Okay. So it's for me, it's kind of a negative word, but also positive. It's "nej tak." It's because that's the first thing I learned because you go shop anything they ask you if you're on the receipt of that and you don't want the papers, so you say "nej tak."
Yeah.
And it kind of feels really nice that oh yeah they think I know Danish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those at home, NITAC just means no thanks.
No thanks. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Fair enough. Then, Durvesh, really appreciate you coming here.
Yeah.
And let's move on to the next guest.
you. Yeah.
Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you. And then we have the how, and how to get there, and of course, make the most out of it. And for that, we have Srimoye, right? And yes, welcome. So we have, of course, a series of questions to you as well. And the first question, which I guess a lot of people also wonder, is how did you prepare for your application? And do you have any tips to give for future students?
Tips-wise, yes, a lot actually, but I think I'll put it in all together. So application doesn't happen in a day. It takes a long time because your university gets to know you through your application. So you have to put in your 100% into it. So I looked at all the deadlines first, and then kind of got together all the papers, spoke to my professors at home university for references, sent like, I don't know, 1,000 emails to DTU, asking questions every now and then, and filled in the application form which DTU sends. And it's a slightly long process, but if you get through, it's all worth it. Future tip would be don't rush. Take time. This is the point you need to focus on. So take time, it'll all be good.
And I actually think that I forgot, you have to introduce yourself as
Yeah,
well. I
sorry,
just
yeah.
went straight into it.
Okay. So hi, I'm Srimoye. I'm from India, and I'm right now enrolled into the MSc program in biomedical engineering. It's just been 2 months. I came here in August, and it's just been 2 months, and it's been so good so far.
Perfect. So you've been here for 2 months, which is still quite early, of course, but how have you adjusted to living in Denmark?
I'm
And
still
that's- yeah,
I'm still adjusting.
still adjusting.
Still adjusting.
Yeah.
But, Denmark has been quite welcoming. So, the Danes and I think there's so many internationals here. You get to experience something new almost every day. So coming to friends, making friends out here, people are very welcoming. And I'm sure you'll find someone who just hits with you at the right moment, at the right spot. And academically, well, it's been quite different from my home country, where the method of teaching, the method of doing assignments, it's all different. So I'm still adjusting. But yeah, DTU gives you a lot of time, and DTU has ways which can help you think about a lot of things differently. The assignments are not just for submission purposes, they are to induce different perspectives and induce ways in you about how to think about a topic. So I think that's very innovative out here.
Nice. Thank you. And I also, we spoke a little bit before this, and you were also speaking about how you were connecting with other students even
Yeah.
before arriving.
Yeah, sure. DTU has different platforms. So there's an app called Goin where you can connect to a lot of people. You can even select people if you want to connect to people of your own study program, or you want to connect to people of your own nationality, or there is even a filter called gender, I believe. And there's a lot. And then there are WhatsApp groups for everything. So if you just keep an eye out, you will find your place where you want to go with all your truckload of questions. So DTU makes a lot of things available for you.
And I think that also kind of jumps into the next question.
Uh-huh.
How did you find accommodation here?
The WhatsApp groups again, because people kept talking about it, and I found the link to DTU's accommodation, which is called Borgfonden DTU, and I found a lot of housing options. I applied and I got it in like 2 months' time. So it was pretty easy that way. Not much of a headache.
Good. I know a lot of students are kind of worried. Yeah. How did you find?
The same way, yeah.
Yeah.
The same BD2 housing foundation, and one less problem to scratch from the to-do list.
I agree with that.
Good. And then, of course, a little bit back to your life. So how do you balance studying, social life, and other activities that happens at DTU?
I don't think I need to actively balance a lot of it. DTU ensures you get a lot of free time, because there is, of course, it's a competitive environment. You need to study, but there are a lot of other activities for you. You can you can play any sport. You can take part in cultural activities. You can just grab a coffee and chill with your friends. There are hours for everything. So after you're done with your study hours, you're just free to be how you go about. So, but overall, DTU focuses on holistic well-being of students. So it's a plus there. Coming to me personally, I have a sort of timetable of how I go about, but I follow like 70% of it. But it's been very good so far. Social life, I meet someone new every other day. So it just hit with random people at random places. So nothing I do actively.
Well, that's good though. That's yeah, that's very, very nice. Yes, this is also quite a complicated question, maybe, but how would you advise future master students to make the most out of their time at DTU?
Keep an eye out and explore everything that's there. It might just look like this doesn't suit me or this is not my forte or something like that, but take part into as many things as you can and you will figure out if it's for you. And otherwise, if you do not keep an eye out, you'll just miss out because DTU has everything happening every day. Literally, there's so much. You just open your phone or you go to the website and you see you've missed out like 5 events that happened and you just didn't know about it. So keep an eye out and you'll definitely find a place to be. Absolutely. There's no dearth of any opportunities here. So that's a wonderful thing out here. Absolutely.
I think that's pretty good advice.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you've been here also quite long, right? So
It is true.
yeah.
I mean, as I was coming here, I just realized that Career Week is also happening this week.
That's true.
So it's a week where students can connect with companies, talk about possible internships, thesis, student jobs. So DTU does a really good job with our guest said to promote like activities with students and connect students with different parts of society. So I think it's really good.
I agree.
Yeah, it's good that you mentioned that about
Yeah.
Career Week as well, because there is a lot of action happening also
is.
when we
Yeah.
came in here today. So, and yes, the golden question also for you. What has been your most memorable moment so far
Mm,
at DTU?
it's not one moment. DTU ensures you don't have a single moment, but I would say it was a whole week. So for new students, there's always the introductory week here, which is filled with activities, campus tours, meeting new friends, playing games, having food, getting to explore the main city, Copenhagen. So I think the whole week was excellent. We had like talks from our head of studies, and we had small game events, as I said, and the last day was just left to us to enjoy and be ourselves. So I think the whole week was very enjoyable and it'll be memorable because intro week is where you will make some friends for lifetime.
It is.
Absolutely.
And I'll ask you the same question as well.
Yeah.
Why not?
No, I don't know. I mean, I've been here for several years now, and just so many things come to my mind. And but I would definitely put intro week like top 3 best things that happened and most memorable. I mean, one of the friends that I made the first week living with me, so
Mhm.
you can see that it's really good friendships that you make, and yeah.
Absolutely.
And the intro week as well, that you have like the buddy system,
Yeah.
right? So you actually have a buddy. And Jaresh, you were actually a buddy. Yeah. So yeah, it's good with a buddy as well, I think, because it kind of gives you a better flow and kind of a support system
Yeah.
when you arrive,
Someone to ask something.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Absolutely.
because there will be a lot of questions.
It stops you from getting lost in a new environment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And yeah, how are you handling the weather here now?
No, not very nicely, I would say. Now that winter's kind of coming in, because I come from a country where 16 or 17 is the lowest it can go, even in winters. And here I just came and I heard it's going to be -10. So I've got all my winter clothes and I'm preparing myself for something. Even I have no idea how I'm going to handle it.
For Christmas.
No, Christmas is going to be fun, I'm sure, because people told me there are so many Christmas markets out here. So I'm definitely on the lookout for whatever comes my way. Absolutely.
No, it's a very I would say a very beautiful time of year, even though it's darker. It gets dark earlier during the day, but there are so many lights everywhere.
Yeah, it is true.
Like they have
It
this-
feels cozier.
It is
It hits
cozier.
different.
Yeah, it hits different. So there's yeah, it's kind of it is cozy, I
Yeah.
would say. and it's not so commercialized either. So it's very like an authentic coziness, which I would say, right? So yeah,
I think
perfect.
that's what's keeping me going. I'm looking at
Looking
Some markets.
Yeah, looking for the Christmas markets.
Yeah.
That's really, really good.
it's one of my favorite festivals, so might as well do that.
Yeah, but that's good. Do you have any bonus?
I was thinking about there's a funny one. So if DTU, if your experience at DTU was a movie, what would it be called? A catchy name that doesn't reveal too much about your experience.
I think I would call it a roller coaster ride.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's so much here, and you will get surprised every now and then. You will have so much to do every now and then, and just like you're in a roller coaster, and you just be in the roller coaster, and it takes you where
Exactly.
it goes. So I think that's how absolutely it is here. DTU just takes you along, and even before you realize, you'll be done with the 2 years.
Exactly.
Because I've been here 2 months, but it feels like, I don't know, 2 weeks. Just and so much happened. And when I think about it, at times I'm like, oh, I was just here a few months ago and so much happened. So a roller coaster is what I would call it.
So it's like an adventure movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not action or
I think it's a movie which is everything, every kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Action, yes. I'm sure you'll grab some action here and there. Adventure, and a lot of other things.
Yeah.
So, but it's nice. It's all on the positive side.
Oh, actually, I was just remembering one of the most memorable moments was the first time I saw a Northern Light.
Ooh.
Because you can actually see those in Denmark.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky, I mean, you install an app and then at 3 a.m. in the morning, you wake up, you get dressed, and you go out into the woods to see the Northern Lights, and it's actually spectacular.
Okay, I'm adding it to my bucket list then.
I've never seen it. Coming from Norway, yeah, I've never seen it actually. So you're actually very lucky
Yeah.
if you manage to see it from here. But yeah, you are actually able to see the Northern Lights here. Yeah, quite a few times during winter.
Okay.
You can have an app, which is like a Northern Light app,
Tracker, yeah.
tracker to see.
I'm definitely adding it to my bucket
Yeah.
list.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Mooi.
I think, I think that we are more or less ready for questions from the audience.
So, there you go.
Yes, great. And that's where I come back in. So we did receive already quite some questions from the audience. So I'm going to go over them. Just want to also highlight that the people that are watching the recording, you can also participate in all the interactive options. So you can write your questions still, even though you're watching the recording. Of course, we cannot answer them live, but we can send them through to the staff of DTU, to Ollie and his colleagues. And also you can answer the polls and also check out any of the interactive options. And also the link, by the way, under apps at the bottom, you can find a link about emissions and deadlines. So if you have any questions or want to know more about that, there's a link directly to the website. All right, but let's go ahead and check out the questions. So we had a question from Yaya, just to make sure, about the partial tuition fee waiver, asking, do you have this? I know you mentioned something, Ollie.
Yes. So for the moment, we do not have partial tuition fee waivers. They will be full tuition fee waivers. So for the whole 2 years. But then again, it's merit based, and there's a very limited amount of waivers that we have. So it's extremely competitive. But if you do believe that you have a good application, then go for it and add add that to your application, and you might be one of the lucky ones.
Great. So, okay, thank you. The next question from Mobina. Will the deadline for non-EU students open on November 15th? Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. And I also forgot to show the last slide earlier as well, which is when can I apply? So
Right, there it is.
Yeah. So for the non-EUs, it opens at on the November 15th. So it's soon, but yeah. So I would say that as Surami said earlier as well, be well prepared, but also feel free to apply early as well. So we can see your application earlier as well. So, yeah.
Great. Thank you. Mahmoud wants to confirm the cost of 2 years. So if it was 30,000 euros or Danish krone.
That is euros. So 30,000 euros, 15,000 euros per academic year.
Okay. Thank you. Specific question from Jivan. For the February intake of the Master in Computer Science, when will be the conditional admission status be updated? Do you know this, or is it specific?
It's specific, but it's not specific at the same time. So if you've gotten an conditional, conditional admission, thank you, then when you have given in all the documents, like the final diploma and the diploma supplement and or English, so when you have sent that in, of course, that will be registered in our system, and yeah, we will have it in our system, and we will work it as soon as possible. So have you sent in everything? Then you should get a decision. You should get the unconditional in not too long. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But I don't have a specific time frame. But yeah.
Right. I think the question from Mobina about our scholarship has been answered, but otherwise, let us know. So I go to the next question from Mahmoud. Does DTU offer a master in VLSI in electronics?
Well, I think I can answer that.
Yeah, go.
Coming from an electrical engineering background myself and studying electrical engineering, electronics is one of the branches that we offer at the Master of Electrical Engineering. So yeah, feel free to go to the website and look a little bit on the curriculum of that study line and see if it matches your interests.
Okay, great, thank you. I'm just putting the 32 master programs that were presented on the screen, just to, if you were wondering, we showed it briefly in the beginning, but here it is again. Next question, meanwhile, from Vasiliki. The applicants for the Master in Design and Innovation are required to upload their design portfolio. Now, would an entrepreneurial venture be considered eligible as a design project?
It's a good question. It's quite specific. I'm not sitting with the design and innovation program myself, but I think that the best way for me to answer that question is that you send us an email after, and I will put our email address and the one directed to me as well, and I will forward that to my colleague that sits with that specific program, because then I don't want to give you the wrong information. So yeah, I think that would be the best way for now. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next question from Socrates. Is there an FSAE club that postgraduates can join? Are you familiar with that?
I'm not familiar with FSAE.
Okay, so I did quickly look it up.
Yeah.
And it seems to be, yes, I wasn't also, a Formula SAE is an International Collegiate Designing Club. I assume that is what he refers to. Otherwise, Socrates, let me know. So if there's a design type of club.
I mean, there are definitely many different clubs at DTU one can join, but
Postgraduates?
I wouldn't know.
No, I wouldn't know either, to be honest, because we sit with mainly the pre-phase, not the post-phase. But I would again send in the question to us as well, and of course we will look at it and give you a decent answer.
Yeah, No problem. And these questions all are being recorded, so they will be made available to the staff there as well. So they will be able to come back to you. Alain is asking, I'm a chemical engineering student from Ghana. I wish to know if the master in biochemical and chemical engineering has an internship placement.
So we don't have an internship placement on our programs. So yeah, so we don't have that. However, what you could do if you're studying biochemical and chemical engineering, that you get that you find yourself a study relevant job and kind of use that as a stepping stone into to what you want to work with. But no, we do not have a specific internship for that. Yeah. I think you're muted.
Yes, sorry, I was just thanking you for that answer, and thanks for mentioning it. So Michailo asked how to enhance your chances of getting a tuition fee waiver.
So enhance your chances of getting a tuition fee waiver. Well, I would say merits, strong grades. I would say is the one of the ways I would say to get to have a possibility for the tuition fee waiver. So because it's purely merit based. So
good, thank you. Next question, Sommer. Well, there was a question for the interviewer from India, so I'm not sure if it was the first or second one. But can you elaborate on the ways the schooling is different in DTU than in India? I don't know if we can come back to that. I think it probably was the first one, but it could be.
okay, I just told them to both come back in here. Yeah. So
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah. So elaborate on the ways the schooling is different in DTU.
Yeah, we do have a lot of
than in
people from India, so thanks.
Yeah.
I think the biggest difference I see in DTU is that there's a lot of group work, and it's mostly collaborative. It's there's no like harsh deadlines, although there are, but it's not like something. In India, is super strict on some deadlines, and it's super strict on it's mostly written, and here is also practical. It's also collaborative and group work, and that's the major difference I see. Besides that.
Yeah. I think the assignments here are designed in a way which will help you think about the topic more. In India, it's more on, if you've understood a topic and how you basically explain how you understood the topic. And here it's a slightly different. Here it's about, how much can you think beyond the topic? How much can you explore around the topic? So I think it really triggers your brain cells. So that's quite different here. And I think the assignments and even in class learning, I think there's a lot of scope for you to do self-study here. So the home university I came from, this was much less there. So we stuck to a strict syllabus, I would say. I mean, it's the same here. I won't deny that, but you get to explore a lot around the topics you're taught. So I think, yeah, and you learn best when you're allowed to explore. So I think that's how I'll call it.
Perfect.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And I actually want to throw that question to Brandon as well. So to see what Brandon has to say about yeah. So yeah, can you elaborate on the ways that you think that studying at DTU is different from your home country?
Well, in Mexico, it's more based like in like studying a lot, studying about the theory, from the equations, for example, deriving the equation more on this point of view. And here it's more like project based, how our learnings can be applied for example, in wind energy, in the classes I am for designing a wind turbine, a wind blade. Yeah, it's more project based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah. So it is, as all of them said as well, that it is a lot of project-based learning here. So I think that's also important to know, because it's it is quite different. And yeah, you have more freedom, I would say, as well. Also in
And you find a good project group to work with across the multiple courses you have, and you stick together, you help each other, and so.
Great. Thank you. Maybe leading into that, there's a question from Mira about the interaction between the students and the professors, and also how big are the classes?
maybe you can answer that.
Well, the answer is like always, it depends. There are some classes that span across all the programs, or there are some courses that span across all the programs, and so those you can expect to have like a full auditorium of more than 150 people. Then you have more like program-specific courses, which are smaller. It can be like 20 people. It can be less. It can be a bit more. But so yeah, it really depends on which course we're talking about. So.
Okay, thank you. Hope that answered that. And the size of the classes, that is all
Sorry?
taken care of? Yeah,
The
just
size
want
of
to
the
make sure that it was
classes.
answered.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question actually from, let me see, Joan, if I say that right. I've spent 7 years in a professional field, and since DTU asked for a reference letter, is it okay to use the one from the workplace, not from the academy? So
You spent 7
reference
years
letter.
in the professional field. Yeah. Yes, of course. You can absolutely have a recommendation letter from your workplace as well. That is no problem.
Okay. A question actually that was also asked just before was about housing. So it was actually in the poll the second most popular information people are still looking for. So yeah, housing always a topic, but is it difficult to find accommodation? Is there a crisis like in some other cities?
Because I think the word crisis is a word that you could decide to use and not decide to use when it comes to housing. But yes, it's not a crisis, but of course it's not easy to find accommodation in theory. But then it's also so like our guest here today said as well, is that it also depends on how active.
Yeah, much time and effort you put into it.
Yes.
But a really good thing about Denmark, and I think I speak for almost all the students, international students that apply to DTU, is the housing foundation we have. It does a really good job providing accommodation and a room for almost all the people that apply. So there are different dorms, and yeah, at least from my group of friends and people that I know, almost everybody got admitted. Yeah, so you should definitely try give it a chance to BDTU.
Good. And there was a related question. Would you recommend to live nearby DTU's campus or in the city?
That's what would you say?
Well,
in this?
again, it depends. If you want to be close to, because DTU's campus is 15 kilometers away from center of Copenhagen. There is a bus that directly connects both places. But to be honest, if you want to be close to classes, usually what students do, it's the first semester or first year, they are living on campus because it's closed and you can meet other students living at the dorms. And so it does the job pretty well. But then you want to grow, you want to expand, and probably you want to live a little bit more of the Copenhagen lifestyle. And so students tend to move into the city center. And so often you don't have to come to DTU that often because you're closer to the end of your master's. And so, yeah, it kind of makes sense to move into the city center.
Okay, thank you. Question from Cole. For applicants with a non-engineering academic background, do you have any recommendations to make the application more successful? He himself is looking at the chemical engineering program.
So to be eligible to apply to DTU, you need to have either a Bachelor of Engineering or
Natural sciences.
Natural Sciences.
Sciences. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is quite important that you have one of those backgrounds. Yeah. And if you don't have an engineering background or natural science background, then it would be quite hard to be accepted. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So yeah, a question from Sommer. Can you walk us through the pre-mapping for grading? Also, well, I just finished the question. He also has an additional question: how to handle if you transfer schools part way and want to include all your courses but have 2 GPAs? Is that specific? Or should I answer that?
Well, we do have a template expert here, don't we?
It's me. When it comes to, it's a kind of the second part of the question, it's a bit too specific and should be answered through our email box. But basically, the pre-mapping is the tool that the head of studies use to have a general overview of the student, but most importantly, their academic background and how it works. Because, I mean, we're talking about students that come from all the countries in the world. And so there's a lot of difference between the Danish system and, let's say, for example, the Portuguese one, or the Indian or Mexican. And so the pre-mapping tool should be like a copy of your transcript. So the sheet you get at the end of your bachelor's with all the courses, all the grades, all the credits or points, whatever system it's using, you should try to copy paste it into the Excel. You should pay attention to not make any type of conversion. So if you don't use, for example, the ECTS, European Credit Transfer System, you should not try to convert it from your home system to European one. You should just make a copy, and then you try to estimate for each course that you took, because there's also like a table that has a specific topics for the program you're applying to, and you should try to see, well, I took this course that handled like matrices and I don't know. No, I don't know anything about mathematics, but well, and then you should compare it with the topic that DTU finds relevant for the program you're applying to, and you say, well, according to the curriculum of the course that I took and DTU's curriculum, I would say it's probably like a 90% match. And so you do that for every course that is relevant. So for example, if you had an elective in theater, well, then it's probably not that relevant for an engineering background, so you don't have to put, you just keep it to 0. And well, in the end, it will give a percentage of how much of your bachelor is, let's say, overlaps with the requisites that DTU establishes for the program you're applying to. But if you have a specific question about your case, feel free to send us an email.
All right, so just to make sure about the email, there was a question actually about that as well. Where can people send questions to?
I will write it in. Yeah.
Just answer in the chat then maybe. Yeah. Thank you. So if you have, there's some specific questions in being asked, so then probably it's useful to indicate that in the email.
Yes, you can now see the email address in the chat.
There it is, MSc admissions at adm.dtu.ek. So there it is in the chat. We continue with some last questions. Vasiliki asks, should our CV focus on more academic or working or professional information?
Could you repeat the question?
Sure. Vasiliki was asking, should the CV focus on more academic or more on the working or professional information? When they put the CV.
So on the CV, okay. For the CV, I would say both. I think that's the most important thing, that you are showcasing yourself, right? So you're showcasing what you've done academically, you're showcasing what you've done professionally. And personally, I would say working in admissions, what I love to see is personalized CVs, which can kind of catch your eye sometimes, because if it's very text-based and very plain, we see a lot of those, right? And it's not going to make a difference, of course, but there's no harm in giving your CV a little bit of zest, right? Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Thank you. Prakatesh was wondering, I would like to know whether DTU offers any March or April intakes other than September. Specifically, he's asking for the master in mechanical engineering.
So we have just finished the admissions round for our February start in 2006. And then the next intake would be in fall 26. So that's the next coming up.
Thank you. Alfonso asks about the IELTS, the English requirement. Is it possible to provide the IELTS? Let me see what the question is. Well, I think it's the question in IELTS.
Yes. So we have English requirements, and for IELTS, you need to have a 6.5 as the minimum. You could also do TOEFL IBT, where you would need 88. And then you also have Cambridge Advanced English, where you should have at least 180. Yeah.
For the IELTS, just to let you know that DTU does not look at the individual grade. Sorry. We only look at the overall score.
Yeah. So even if you have a 6.0 on something, but your overall score is 6.5, that is okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see. Alfonso was wondering about the payment of the tuition fees. Is it possible to also pay on a different schedule and maybe at once? Is it possible to have installments?
When it comes to tuition fees, of course you can pay by semester. Yes. So you don't need to pay up 30,000 euros at the start of your studies, but you can do by semester. Yeah.
That answers the question from Alfonso. Otherwise, let us know. And we're getting to the last questions. Let's see. There was a question of Lucas. It might be specific, but the academic requirements in the industrial engineering master mentions the necessity of 5 ECTS. How strict is DTU in the admission process with thesis requirements for this ECTS points?
For 5 ECTS points for operations research, it is quite strict. You will need to have 5 ECTS within operations research, and that also comes based on experience of what I've seen myself. So yes, very, very strict with the 5 ECTS.
Okay, thank you. And Mahmoud is asking, does DTU offer any teaching assistantship or research assistantship in any matter for masters?
Yes, sometimes there will be positions out for maybe teaching assistants but students assistants, right? So like Vasco here, he's a student assistant, but he's also a student here at DTU. So there are possibilities, but of course it can be quite competitive as well, because you need to apply as you apply anything, I would say.
But if you want to assist courses and professors, what I suggest is you talk, if you really find a course interesting and the professor as well, I would suggest you go and you talk to them. And if you have a good grade, then that's an advantage at the end of the semester. And you say you would like to assist in the course. And so I know some people, some friends who've become teaching assistants for courses they previously took. So just give it a try. Professors are always happy to get some help teaching.
Great. Thank you. And those were the questions we received. So we have gone through pretty much all questions. If there's a specific case or a very individual question, then do not hesitate to write them by email. So you see the email in the chat. That's Ollie was writing. Also, I'm going to put on the screen the actual application admission portal, the website. And you'll find it now here on the screen. There you see admissions and deadlines. So that might be useful for you. Just by clicking on it, we'll go to the master programs and you can see how to apply with degree and all the important deadlines. And with that, I don't see any further questions. So I think we are good to go. And in that sense, I would like to thank everybody for joining. Of course, first of all, the audience that joined in from a lot of different parts of the world. Thanks for your time and your interest. We hope to see some of you, of course, in Denmark next year. And also like to thank all of you presenting. So the team with Ollie. Thanks everyone for your time and your insights in how it is to study at DTU. I'm sure that is very useful for a lot of students who are looking to be in your shoes next year. So thanks a lot. Maybe last words over to you. Ollie.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for listening in, and we hope that this format is something that people appreciate. As said, give us feedback and hope to see you at DTU. And and thank you, of course, to everyone here. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
And I have a last polling actually, so let us know how we did. Like Ali said, did you like the format? Did you like the webinar? Let us know here. And then we can check that out as well. So I did like it, so that's just my vote. Thanks a lot, everyone.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. Sit back, relax, the world is wide. Close your eyes, take a mental ride.